Hey, what's up everyone? I am Torvolduruz and this is the Povertila. This fit is quite popular because of its multi-purpose role and it is alpha friendly. This thing is capable of doing up to T4 in exotic, gamma, and electricals. Do not try and take this thing into dark or firestorms, but it runs those other three pretty well. Here's the fit, nothing crazy. You do not need any implants for this thing. You can use a couple 3% just to make your life easier, but other than that, no implants required. I would highly recommend bringing the Hardshell and the blue pill just to be safe. The only thing you'll need to switch out on this fit, depending on the weather you're running, is missiles and drones to match the flavor of the weather you're going to. But other than that, this is it. It may seem a little pricey, but this thing can run up to T4s and it can do 3 different weather types, so it is well worth that price tag. If you're an alpha or a low skill point character, I definitely recommend staying in T3s for a while, but if you're an omega and you have high skill points, then you shouldn't have any issues in T4s as long as you do things properly. Alright, first things first, the infamous Karybdis Tyrannos room. This one gets a lot of people, so if you do not do things properly, you will die to this room. The 2 most important things are getting your transversal up, getting moving, making it harder for Karen to hit you, and prioritizing targets. The 2 things you have to worry about are null chargers and entanglers. The entanglers will web you, slowing you down, making you an easier target, and null chargers will take your cap. If you're running electricals, not so much an issue, but you don't want them staying around. You want to work on taking out those priority targets while also getting in close to Karen, that way it's harder for her to hit you. If Karen is getting a little too far away and you don't want to have to chase her down, you can also just send drones after her and use your missiles to kill everything else while your drones chip away at Karen. You can steer Karen back to the gate, but I found it easier just to keep a high transversal up so she can't do much damage and let my drones do the work for me. An extremely important talking point to hit with this fit is you do not want to perma-run all your modules. If you're running electricals, it's not so much of an issue, but you don't want to perma-run your modules and end up in a situation where you end up capped out. So be aware of that, only use it when you need it. For me, specifically in this encounter, I decided to go for the extraction nodes while drones took care of Karen, and then once Karen was dead, I used my drones to finish off the NPCs that I was also working on with my missiles. Remember, for this room, transversal up, priority targets down. Get that taken care of and you are golden. Alright, and next up we've got the Kikimoras and Damaviks. This one surprised me and I learned what you should have done. As you can see in this video, I tried the just direct approach them, engage, and burn them down. Don't do that. When you come up against this room, you'll want to turn directly away from the Kikimora and Damaviks and fly away with your Afterburner on. After you get aggro on you from all the NPCs, you will launch drones and missiles at the same target, burning down the Kikimoras one by one. I thought my tank would be fine and that I could just go in and face brawl them, and it's much better to start taking them out from a distance. They will catch you, but all the damage you get on them before they get up to you will help you a ton. Now, if you're afraid of using heat, you're probably gonna die. Once these guys are applying damage and they're on top of you, your tank will struggle, so be ready to heat in this, and you might need to take your blue pill and Hardshell. Also, another fun fact, do not forget to bring paste. You're probably going to heat a little bit depending on your skills, and it's nice to have paste to repair after an engagement. That way you're ready for the next room. You can go ahead and cut your Afterburner off once they catch up to you because they're running microwarp drives, you're an Afterburner, they're going to catch you, and the Afterburner is just draining Capacitor. Use my mistake in this video to learn from it, and don't let this happen to you, so do it properly whenever you come up against this. This room really isn't bad at all. I just wanted to throw it in here to show you how it's done. Take out all the little NPCs with your missiles. If there are snare casters, use your drones to help with those. That way you don't get slowed down to make it easier for that guy to hit you. But yeah, use your missiles to take out the little NPCs, orbit the battleship, and then destroy them, and that's it. Easy as that. Alright, next room up is the Drekavac, Kikimora, and Damavik encounter. Now you may want to go for the Drekavacs first, but the Kikimora's damage ramps up way more, way faster than the Drekavacs, so burn down the Kikimoras first, then take out the Drekavacs after. You'll want to focus your damage while there are Kikimoras on the field, but after that you can set your drones on the Drekavacs while you use your missiles to take out the Damaviks. They all rep each other, so it's kind of hard to do. But whatever feels better for you there. I personally find it better to just focus all DPS on the same target and take them out one by one. All right, now for the Sansha Encounter. These guys are a little intimidating because they do thermal and EM damage, but they're really not bad at all. What I like to do here is fly away from the cruisers, having everything chase after you, and take out all of the small stuff with your missile and drones first, and then clean up the cruisers afterwards. The phantasms do web and newt, so do not let them get close. If they do get close enough and they start affecting you, go ahead and prioritize them, get all damage on them, and burn them down one by one. But other than that, just stay away from them, take out all the small stuff first, and then go in to kill those last. Alright, last room here is the Tessera room. These guys are a huge pain for drones. Make sure whenever you're fighting these guys that you are using faction drones. Faction drones have more hit points, and when these guys switch over to drones, they do a lot of damage really quick and can pop them pretty quickly. It's a good idea to keep your distance from these guys because they do a lot of damage up close, so just stay away from them, send your drones and missiles after the same target, and as soon as you see one of them yellow boxing, be ready to pull your drones back. You can kind of toy with it a little bit and let your drones take a hit or two and just launch out 2 different drones once those return, but don't get too cocky because like I said, these guys do quite a ton of damage to drones and they have been known to pop your drones out of nowhere, so be paying attention for that yellow box. Yellow boxing means these guys are switching their aggro from you to your drones. So just watch out for that yellow box, keep your drones alive, stay away from these guys, and you should be good to go. That is the Povertila, a pretty effective, cheap, multi-purpose tool that gets the job done. This is a pretty nice, chill farming experience, but do not get complacent because you can die if you're not doing things like using heat, target priority, and piloting. As I said earlier, if you are an alpha or a low skill point pilot, it is better to stay in T3s. You can run T3 exotics, electricals, and gammas and just build up your ISK that way and not risk this thing in T4s. If you have a good amount of skill points or you're an Omega character, then you should be good to go. Don't get complacent, have fun, make some money, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.